What's up, guys? Another night of spoilers, and we'll get into it. It's green stuff, so hopefully Colin doesn't get too angry, right? Right, Colin? Company promised you some stuff, right? That it wouldn't be overpowered. They didn't like promise you directly. I'm just saying they promised everybody. They'll tone back a bit.
Before we get started on them, well, actually, first before I even get started on that, if you want to do the intro.
Yeah, and so before we get started, when you're looking at these spoilers, there might be some cards you're excited about getting. So make sure to check out in the link in the description below for Happy Little Hug Factory. Completely off on this one, where you can find pre-orders for the starter decks that we're going to be looking at, as well as the actual booster boxes itself for the first set. I believe there's a deal for those, Colin, right? I always forget the deal, so I have you do it.
$80 to pre-order the booster box, and the starter decks are $15 a piece. If you add them all inside of your cart at once, all 5 starter decks, you get $10 off, which makes them really cheap, obviously. So it's pretty nice. And they also, I don't know if it's still going on, but as a side note, if you guys play Caster Chronicles, he has a sale on the New World Order admissions booster boxes for Caster Chronicles for $50. I don't know if they still are or not, so don't take my word, but make sure you click that link in the description so that they know we sent you over.
And one other thing I want to add on to this as well is we've just finished filming with Jeff, so some of these spoilers are coming out a little bit later than you're probably expecting to see this video show up. And make sure to watch that podcast. It comes out on Tuesday.
That's awesome.
And it's going to be a lot of really great information and maybe questions you guys have on how a lot of these cards and runes and different kinds of like what's it called, like thought process behind a lot of this was working going into it. And so like I said, check that out. It'll be out on Tuesday.
Really great conversation. And as a precursor to these spoilers, I'll just real quick mention something he had said off the podcast, which is just regarding these spoilers in general. If there's stuff that's super strong, that seems like super strong, he was saying, don't worry about it. It's usually offset by a high cost. And he said everything in here has an answer as far as strength, or stuff seems really weak, like the rulers. For example, he said, the rulers are powered by the runes, and we haven't really seen any runes for anything. So it's just something to keep in mind as we go through the spoilers for the rest of the time. Just stuff to keep in the back of your mind.
Right.
He also said the dragon ruler wasn't going to get to ride the dragon. So
Joey actually asked that, but I don't know if that was on the podcast.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah, that was a little after conversation we had.
But
okay.
Yeah. So first
up,
up, for this morning, the leftover blues was Erendite, the Nitrogen Blade, which is a 1-cost quick cast blue chant. Cancel target automatic ability of Resonator. If this card was awakened, destroy that Resonator, and the awakening is 1 blue and 2 void. And the flavor text is freeze and smash.
Oh yeah,
cool.
It's really cool.
That's just a cool name, the Nitrogen Blade. I can't be like, I'm gonna attach a nitrogen, or I'm gonna play a Nitrogen Blade. I thought it was an addition.
The visual kind of reminds me of Soul Calibur.
Yeah.
The name it's usually Alendite. I don't know if it's supposed to be like, I don't know how that works, but that's one of the fancy legendary blades that like Excalibur and stuff. So that's really, I love hearing about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I really like it. It's like a new Lunar Lake kind of, just a higher cost. So yeah, it'll be really good. I don't know about really good, but I think I really like it. It's just might be.
It's nice to see like canceling automatics are back in blue and stuff.
I know, and I'm really liking blue, but I know I read comments where people are like disappointed in it. I'm like, well, get out of here. This is cool stuff.
Yeah.
So next up, we'll look at Scrap and Build, which is a 3-cost, 1 blue, 2 void. It has a divinity of 3. Chant/rune. It says you may pay 2 void less to play this card from your rune area. As an additional cost to play this card, remove X machines in your graveyard from the game. And it says look at the top X cards of your deck. Put a machine with total cost X or less from among them into the field. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in random order.
Yo, this is good. This is really good.
Yeah, I really like this, especially I don't know if inside of your main deck, but inside of your divinity deck, extra deck,
your rune deck.
Rune deck. It's gonna. I think that for 1 cost, being able to mill and potentially slap stuff is pretty cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, and if you think about like the judgment of Arthur to look at those top cards of your deck, and if you saw what was already there when you put them all back on top, and then you play this for whatever X is required to be, then you can,
seriously.
Yeah, it would be pretty
Also,
cool.
I love the amount of X's. Like, remove X machines. Look at the top X cards of your deck, and then put a one with a X or less, and then like put X amount of stones out, and then like slap X amount of opponents, and like just like you could just keep adding on. That would be great.
My only complaint with this is that like it feels more like a later, like late game card, but it's also gonna be super cheap in your moon deck, so that's good and bad. I don't know. It's cool. Like ideally, you want to play this after you've got it in a couple of machines in there. I actually really like this with the donut drone. Like,
yeah,
just sack it and then put a bunch of donut drones in there, and then play this. Ooh, like it. I like that.
Next, next Joey, I mean.
Okay, the Knights Castle in the Sky Round. 2-cost addition machine. Machines you control gain +1/+1. Whenever a machine resonator enters the field under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on it.
Real quick, 2 things. One, well, I like this card, but one, I love that they added, reintroduced the machine subtype to additions like they had before.
Yeah.
2, that means, doesn't that mean that this gains a +1/+1 counter, or does it not, since it doesn't have stats?
I don't know.
Because that would be great.
Because also, like, Arthur or Lancelot would put +1/+ counters on this too. So
no, because he just does it on machine resonators, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, you're right.
This one just straight up says machines. But
well, yeah, it does have stats, so it's just saying machines you control will gain 100. It's not saying counter. If it said you gained a counter, you would have put the counter on it. Right. Yes, but
you're right. I was thinking it was a 1/1 counter. All right,
yeah.
Moving on.
I like it. Hold on. The Knights of Sky Round are the protectors of the skies. For that very reason, other factions perceive them as a threat.
For a second, because of how repetitive the title is, I was thinking it would be like, the Knights of the Sky Round are the protectors of the sky. For that very reason, the skies are protected. Since they're really into repetition.
I thought the place was called Merlin, or maybe that was the name of the system or something. I don't know.
But lastly, we got Magic Stone of Dramaturgy, or whatever. Special Magic Stone. You tap to produce blue, or you tap to put a 100 counter on target machine that was put into the field this turn. So once again, we're seeing those sort of verifying factors before you're able to play the ability. So it's not just tap and put a counter on something, or banish this and put 5 counters on something and stuff like that. So it's very much in line, but still really good. Probably in a machine deck, especially post dual stones, when you'll probably be doing a lot of monocolor stuff potentially. And it just says,
I think it's decent.
Yeah. It says Deus Ex Machina, yearn to hear the cheers of the audience.
I like how it has like all the knights. I imagine most of the knights.
Oh yeah, great knight.
Like holding up their swords. That's.
But yeah.
Isn't it Deus, or is it?
Yeah, it's Deus.
It depends where you're from.
Where Colin's from, people call it Kunlun.
That's where Iron Fist is from, so suck my dick.
I was like, how that was corrected. Like, no, Colin, you're wrong.
I go by Iron Fist.
Mm-hmm.
I side with Iron Fist. Okay.
I will always.
So
stand with
Chimney.
wood.
Yep. You go for it.
Is it? Oh, I get to.
Yeah.
You get to do the ruler side.
She's a ruler of the Mimi tribe. Divinity 10. No, I get both. Judgment of 5, 2 green and 3 void, and an energizing 1. If a trespasser comes, let me know right away, me.
And there's a dash there, so she got taken.
No, that's how they're doing their thing. Can I do the jailer side?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, it's Chimney, Guardian of the Sacred Bow. She's a 1,000 J ruler, Mimi tribe, Divinity 10. Resonators you control gain +400/+400. You'll regret stepping foot onto our sacred ground, me.
I already hate these.
I love it. It's awesome.
I feel like it's more like a high pitch, like me sound when you do it.
Where the knights who say me.
Yeah,
that's
exactly. Also,
stepping foot, me. Okay,
there you go. I saw a comment in the main thread of this. I thought it was hilarious. Where it's like, wait, so is her name Chamimi or Chamimimi? I can't sleep now, or something like that. And someone goes, I think it's just Chammy, because she's already adding the me.
Yeah.
By the way, what was that rune called that he said? Master runes? I bet you that
Master
bow is
runes,
going to be a master rune.
Do we? Okay,
You guys don't even know what we're talking about.
Exactly. Like, have they said anything about master runes?
They haven't, but he mentioned in the podcast.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying we should
out.
probably not talk about master.
Just cut it out.
All right, Oscar next. Ooh,
He's not
hello.
gonna do it. Fairy of the Lost Isles.
Don't worry, the game is
One
trying to
green,
become
400,
family
400. One cost 400 for 400. Fairy with flying. One green and banish this card. Draw a card.
Wow.
Ooh, I like it.
Wow.
That's a really good fairy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fairy. That's cool. It has
This
a
is
tail.
very
It looks so weird.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's not nearly as attractive.
Dude, that tail is like who's that Pokemon, Oscar? It has that tail.
Yeah, it's a viper, something or other.
No.
No,
Yeah,
I was
it's,
thinking more
But the first
No, the Flygon.
oh yeah, Flygon.
Flygon?
That tail's yeah. The way it like separates.
Anyways,
I
flavor
gotta
text.
look at it again.
The flavor text.
Flavor text is the Mimi tribe considered the fairies close friends. The fairies, on the other hand, find the constant Mimi to be annoying and would rather they didn't.
I love the fairies.
That's
I do
hilarious.
too, and I'm kind of hopeful that means we're going to see some more fairies, which is pretty cool.
I
Yeah.
want them all to be angry against the Mimis.
We're getting fairies back. That's crazy.
All right.
Okay.
I've got pygmy hippo. What? All right. It's a 1-cost 6/5.
hippo.
What is this? Avatar? Jeez. Beast. Enter. Reveal beast from your hand or pay 2 void. If you don't, banish this card. Okay. So it's a 1-cost 6/5, but the enter effect you have to perform. Otherwise, it's a 3-cost 6/5.
Yo,
Or
I like
potentially just get
this.
destroyed.
Yeah.
So good.
That's cool.
Not bad.
Lost Isles' unique ecosystem comes with a trove of rare animals. Oh, you should probably bring your Ultra Pokeballs there. Alright,
Okay.
next.
Moo, the hero of the Great Shield. Oh. 2
Are you
costs,
sure it's
600,
not
600.
Moomy?
Mimi tribe.
Are
He
you
may
my
be small
Moomy?
in stature. His courage is anything but. Why do I get the stupid vanilla resonators? He looks awesome.
You're
His
probably
stats
that
and
guy
everything,
that goes and gets just like a plain vanilla McFlurry or something at McDonald's, Joey. You're that guy.
No, I asked for chocolate or like chocolate swirl, and then I get a plain vanilla.
Alright, Oscar.
I was like that guy's reaction in the background, like, whoa.
He's like,
Yeah.
whoa, why isn't your last name? Why is he just Moo
He's like-
and not Moomy?
He's like, whoa, me. All right. Next up, Sanctuary Elephant. 3 costs, 2 greens and a void. It's 1,000 beast. Enter,
Ooh.
banish a magic stone.
Oh,
Oh.
shit.
Wow.
I
Some
like
strange
it.
stones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 3-cost 1,000 beast. All right. Interesting.
I'm gonna play Prisha's. No, I'm not. Prisha's.
All
Is
right,
Prisha rotating?
what's the flavor? Yes.
It says raising such robust elephants also carries a downside. Every now and then, an elephant gets too excited, crushing a Mimi tribe dwelling. A sad me can be heard when this happens.
Oh my goodness.
That's so weird.
Thanks.
That's amazing. It just it's an accident.
All right. Next we
Oh,
have
that was it. There's one more, yeah.
Grand Mallet Warrior. 4-cost 8/8. Mimi tribe. Enter. Target Resonary gains 8/8 until end of turn. All right.
Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot.
Oh, and it can target itself in case you get a swiftness. That's cool. A giant mallet has merit as both a weapon and a tenderizer.
That's it.
That's
I'm
it.
definitely playing like Swiftness, Ataraxia, green.
That's true. That's
red.
green red. Yeah, so you just drop a
Playing the
4-cost.
shit out of this.
And well, with that field, it's technically a 3-cost
Yeah.
16/16. And I'm sure there's other Mimi support that would help that even more.
And fucking Chimney.
Who's the ultimate Mallet wielder? Is it Gem Mallet Panda or Gem Mallet Warrior?
Gem Mallet Panda is a god.
Or Grand Mallet Warrior.
He literally says he's the Grand Mallet Warrior. Huh? Like, it's not even a question. It has it in the
Grand
text.
Mallet isn't better than a Gem Mallet. Gems give it powers. It's like the difference between a regular sword in Ruby and a sword with dust in it. It's just by default better.
No. Yeah, the Grand Mallet's better. You're right.
Anyways.
It's like, would I rather have a slam or would I rather have a grand slam?
A grand slam, which I'm hungry. I haven't eaten. I was going to eat before the podcast, and then I didn't.
Weird.
I was like,
I could have swore I saw you going.
I ate half of it, but I usually have like 3 bowls of that.
This is like this completely devolved into like, okay, spoilers are done.
Well, that's why we go thumbs down.
Let us know. Let's know what you guys think. What your favorite cards are. If you like Mimis, or if you side with the fairy and you'd rather they just not associate with you. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.